You know, what? Come here. You know, when you're coming out in spring of the year, boy, what a heavy fish.
Look how fat they are.
When you're coming out smallmouth fishing in spring, water temperature 47. You know, what's one of the #1 baits you're going to fish with? It's a jerkbait. There's no question about it. There is not a better bait you could possibly throw to get big brown bass like this than a jerkbait. There's a lot of things you could do with a jerkbait. There's a lot of new jerkbaits on the market. Let me get her back a second, okay? Oh, let you go back down there, Mama. There's a lot of jerkbaits available today that we never had as far back as 3 or 4 or 5 years ago. And they do things that they've never done before. Our 3 favorites for smallies right now, I've got them rigged on our rods here. An X-Wrap has been a mainstay for how long, Jer? I mean,
ever since it came out.
Day in and day out. Amazing. The X-Wrap suspends at one level, and they got phenomenal colors. Last few years, Rapala come out with a bait called the Shadow Wrap. This is the original Shadow Wrap that particular fish bit on. And then there's the Shadow Wrap Shad. You know, it's more of a shad shape. These 3 baits, one suspends, that's the X-Wrap. The original, when you kill it and work it, when it stops, it jumps up and then it slowly glides down like a dying minnow. And then the Shadow Wrap Shad does just the opposite. You jerk, jerk, jerk. When you stop it, it jumps a little bit and it slowly swims up like a dying minnow. Each one of these baits has a time and a place. And it got to be in your tackle box for smallies.
All right, I'll get us turned back around here. Here, Al. So what we're doing right now is I've fished this lake before, and we showed up and ended up catching a bunch of really big smallmouth, but it was one of those classic days in the spring where the wind was blowing about 50 miles an hour and we were pretty limited in where we could fish. And this lake, when you look at the map, it looks like you're fishing in the middle of a field, so there's no real good contour map. So my memory isn't all that great, so our program here is we're kind of trolling along, where I'm jerk trolling using the big motor basically as my reel to fish this deep edge, and then we're going slow enough where Al can cast up to the shallower stuff. So it's a really effective way when you're kind of starting to learn some new water or revisit water you're not that familiar with, to cover down on both the the deeper lip as well as the shallow stuff. So pretty dynamite way to catch fish, jerkin.